So it all started when strange things kept happening in my house at night. I don't mean someone stayed up late watching TV. I mean non-human things. Was I scared? Yes. Want to find out what it was? Well, you can, because I filmed it. Take a guess in the comments about what it was, but you never will. I'm Gabriel, I'm 16, and this bit is slightly intense. Due to a very dangerous situation in my home country a couple of years ago, me and my sister had to leave our parents behind and come live with Grandma where it was more safe. This is my younger sister, Mary. That's right, not everyone can be a morning person. And that is my grandma. Grandma wasn't expecting that she would have to live with 2 teenagers when she was older, but she's very kind and made us really welcome. And the best rule of all was that our bedrooms could be as messy as we want. Imagine that. This is my room. I never quite managed to get my dirty clothes into the laundry or put clean clothes away. This is Mary's room. She is one of those people who is in every after-school club. She sings, she plays sports, she does whatever this is. Do you know? Anyway, our rooms could be messy, but the rest of the house is Grandma's. Everything has its exact place. The coats go on the peg, the shoes go on the rack. There is even an order to the cupboards and the fridge. Me and Mary have certainly learned to be much more tidy now that we live with Grandma. With just Grandma's pension to live on, we don't have a lot of money. It makes Grandma very happy to go to church with us looking all neat and tidy, especially as our parents are not able to join us here and be a family. And Mary likes to look particularly neat because she sings in the school choir, so everyone is looking at her, and as usual, she has a big concert coming up, so she's always in rehearsals. So what do I do when Mary is singing and playing sports or whatever? Well, I usually go over to my friend Daniel's house to watch movies. One afternoon, Daniel suggested we watch a horror movie. In the movie was this bad ghost called a poltergeist. It moved things around and terrorized the family that lived there. Daniel loved this movie, but I felt terrified and shaky. Horror movies are not for me. That night, I was very frightened, and it took me ages to get to sleep. I was convinced it was a poltergeist. I should have gone to look, but I was too frightened. The next morning, I came down to breakfast, bleary-eyed and very tired, to discover the kitchen was a mess. Grandma would never allow it to be like this. What could have happened? Maybe a cat had got in? But I couldn't find a cat. I opened the fridge, and it was even worse. As I tidied up, Grandma and Mary came down for breakfast. Grandma looked shocked and upset. I explained I didn't know what happened, and I had looked for a cat or something, but I couldn't find anything. Me and Mary cleaned up so the kitchen was absolutely sparkling. And still managed to get to school on time. I told Daniel all about it, and he was so excited. He said we must have a poltergeist, like in the movie. He said I should film it and make $1 million for my ghost video. $1 million would certainly be useful in our house. So the next night, I set my phone up in the kitchen and went to bed. Once again, it was difficult to get sleep. I was sure I could hear something downstairs, but eventually, I managed to drift off. The next morning, the kitchen was a mess again. I quickly started cleaning. Mary came in looking really tired, and she helped me tidy up before Grandma got up so that she wouldn't be upset by the mess. We were so close to being late that I didn't have time to check my phone until break, when I shared the video with Daniel. Daniel couldn't believe it. A real-life poltergeist caught on camera. My fingers were shaking with excitement as I pressed play. But my phone dropped somehow. Was it the poltergeist? And when we listened really hard, we could hear this weird voice singing, "For la la lee doo dee dum." It was getting a bit too freaky for me, and I wanted to leave it there. But Daniel was obsessed. Daniel is part of the media club, so he went and borrowed one of their cameras. After school, he came home with me to set up the camera better. Grandma was at a church meeting. Mary was at choir practice because of the big concert, so we set the camera up on top of a cupboard where it couldn't be seen. I woke up extra early the next morning, and the poltergeist had been. I cleaned the entire kitchen so Grandma wouldn't be stressed out. Then I got the camera and headed into school. Daniel was so excited by our experiment, he got out of bed early to come and meet me. I was nervous to play the video. So, what do you think we saw? Was it a cat? Did someone break in? Was it a poltergeist? Let's see if you got it right. Well, as it turns out, it was Mary. I don't understand, I said. Why would Mary do this to Grandma's house? Look, Daniel said, she doesn't know she's doing it. I think she's sleepwalking. Then we heard the eerie song going, for the la-dee-doo-dee-dum, and it was Mary. I showed the video to Mary and Grandma, because families have to stick together and help each other solve problems. Mary was very upset and embarrassed, but Grandma was really understanding. She said, Mary, you play so many sports and musical instruments, and you're also in the choir. Do you think you do too much? Maybe you are suffering from stress. And Mary explained that when she's doing sports and music, she doesn't think so much about our parents and how she misses them. Grandma pointed out that Mary had been humming one of the songs from the concert when she was sleepwalking. She said, maybe it would be good if you didn't do the concert. Mary was disappointed, but she agreed with Grandma that the concert was too much. And I figured it would be the end of the story. But that night, I heard a bump, then a creak, and the strange singing again. Of course, this time I knew it wasn't a poltergeist. Well, fingers crossed. Even though I was happy to have an explanation, it was tiring to help Mary stay in her own bed every night so she didn't hurt herself. But a few days later, we were almost late for the big church concert because the phone rang. It was Mom. She and Dad had found a safe place away from the violence. It will still be many months before we can see them, but it's good to know they are okay. After the phone call, we ran to the concert, and Mary begged the choir master to let her perform after all. She sang her heart out, and I could tell that Grandma was really proud. And that night, at last, we all got a good night's sleep. I was so pleased that I filmed it all and found out what happened. But then, I saw something else in the video. Something behind Mary. Oh no. I feel like there's a part 2 coming on. Let me know if you want to know what it is.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. If you did make it this far, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you are messaged every single time we upload. And also, let's leave a comment down below to confuse the people earlier on in the video. Let's just leave the comment fridge. That'll be fun. So if you enjoyed this video, up next we've got a pretty similar one, pretty spooky. People say ghosts don't exist and joke about their house being haunted, but this guy's really is. He found a secret haunted tunnel underneath his house, and it used to be owned by a wizard. Pretty spooky, huh? This will roll on screen now. If you want to watch this video, you can click on the video. There'll be an overlay, and there'll be a suggested video by the side. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. Take it easy.